Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
All right, Tyler, let's jump right into the what you got coming up, man. Motor City Cage Fights 18. You're fighting for the title, the lightweight title, 5 rounds. The opportunity, man. Talk about it. How did it come together?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely a big fight. First 5 rounds. I've only been the full three one time in my last fight, so I'm excited to get that more experience and see how it goes. Big
Definitely,
step up.
for sure. You were supposed to fight for the welterweight title, right? For the same promotion, but the fight got
Yeah,
canceled,
back
right?
back in February, and the guy that was my second time supposed to fight that same guy, and he backed out twice. So yeah, no longer trying to go with that guy anymore. He's
Yeah,
unreliable.
I understand why. Now you got Anton Blassingame. He is a veteran man. He's faced some good competition. What are your thoughts on him and the fighting style?
Um, yeah, he's been around for a while. I mean, anybody who's ever, paid attention to Michigan MMA knows who he is. He fights everybody, doesn't back down, so and he's got like a very good style, that matches up good for me. He's a grinder. He considers himself a cardio guy, but I'm looking to break him out there in that 5 rounds. So yeah.
Do you think that he's more of a striker rather than a grappler?
Yeah, I would say so. He looks. I mean, I think his last fight was a boxing match, so I'm assuming he's more of his. I mean, in his last couple of fights, he's looked more like a striker, and then when he gets taken down or on the ground, he kind of looks like he just kind of holds on and tries to hope for like a stand up almost.
Yeah, that's not gonna work really well against you, right?
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I'm gonna make it if I take him down, I'm gonna make him work. He's not gonna really just hold on and hope the ref stands us up.
Yeah, and he hasn't fought MMA in a while though. That's got to be an advantage for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think his last fight, he fought a good guy though. I mean, the guy got signed right after beating him, signed to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
UFC. So I mean, that's a good opponent. But I mean, yeah, that ring rust is gonna be a big thing, especially going into a 5 round fight. And
Mhm.
when you don't have a fight, you're not training you're not training that hard. So it's like if you're taking a bunch of time off, that's definitely gonna affect you. I mean, I've had I think five fights since his last one. So I mean, I've been in the gym grinding every single day. So I think it's gonna show come fight night.
Yeah, let's jump back to the last fight, man. It was an action-packed matchup, man. Like you said, you went all 3 rounds for the first time, and yeah, man, the guy he defended the wrestling pretty decently, right? Until you actually did get him down, and there was a lot of scrambles, man. How was that fight? That fight must have been fun for you.
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, especially it was kind of weird though, because for going for the full 3 rounds, I think he only landed landed one good strike the whole fight. So I mean, that's pretty, especially against a guy like that who's been around too for a while. To only get hit one time in 15 minutes, I mean, that's pretty good, I think. And then yeah, I mean, definitely got to showcase a lot of my striking. So it
Yeah.
was definitely a fun fight and good opponent just to get that experience up.
Yeah, what did you prepare for him that was effective? Let's say with the striking because you were testing it out for sure.
Yeah, well, that one I didn't really have too much time to prepare because I was preparing for that title fight, and when that fell
Oh, that's
through, the promoter messaged me, and it was only a couple weeks' notice, but I was already training for that 5 rounder, so we jumped on it. But I mean, luckily he was a southpaw and I'm a southpaw, so it kind of worked out good. So I was able to hit that calf kick quite a bit and just utilize my jab, and that's really what won me the fight is nonstop jabbing him the whole fight and then low kicking him.
yeah. How did the legs feel after calf kicking him a bunch of times? You know what I mean after the fight.
Yeah, yeah, they were definitely bruised up and lumped up for a couple weeks, but I mean that's just with anything though. I mean they
Yeah.
heal and they come back stronger, so I'm definitely looking forward to throwing them again on blasting game. He's a southpaw too, so looking forward to using that.
He do you heal up pretty quickly after fights? When you're not injured. You have bumps and bruises and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, out of I've had between amateur and pro, I've had 13 pro fights, and I've been back in the gym that Tuesday after every single one of my fights. So I've either whether I fought on a Friday or a Saturday, I've been back in the gym no later than the following Tuesday. So definitely, a quick healer, luckily.
Even after the last one, man. The last one, it
Yeah,
was a pretty rough one.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, I only got hit one time that last
Mhm.
fight. The only thing that was bruised up from the fight was my shin from kicking him. I think I kicked
Mhm.
his knee out once or twice, and it kind of bruised up a little bit. But other than that, I was completely fine after that fight. So
Man,
been
kicking
lucky.
kicking someone's knee, man. Even in training, it hurts so
Yeah,
bad. Even light, it hurts so bad. Just going full blast, man. When you connect, do
yeah,
you feel any of it? Because in the fight, there's adrenaline going on as well. So.
yeah. You feel it, but it's like it's a different type of pain. Like because you don't have time to sit and focus on the pain because
Mhm.
you're getting hit with another thing, or you're constantly thinking about other things. So the pain goes away real quick. So it's a weird pain. It's definitely not like how it is in training. Training it hurts a lot more.
So you jump back into training, you look back at the last fight and you think, okay, now I need to work on a couple of things. Nothing too detailed, but what are some things that you thought that, you learned from that last one?
Yeah, I mean, just basically just training my overall game.
Mhm.
I've learned a lot of good, like even just like my ground game just from being on top pressure. I've learned a lot of good, like holds and pins almost for top. When it comes to striking, I've been working a lot of my like kicks and then my punches and the kicks, stuff like that. And then even my game where if I get taken down, my guard and stuff. So yeah, definitely just constantly always evolving every part of my game. It's not like I'm oh, I got this opponent, I got to train only this way because you never know
Mhm.
really how somebody's going to come into a fight, really, especially when, for example, this guy he hasn't fought in 2 years. You don't know how he's going to come in, so I kind of just focus on myself and kind of adapt as on the fly.
Yeah, he might come guns a blazing, right? Because he's just like, hey, and I haven't fought in a while. I need to get back into the rhythm, and the only way to get back into the rhythm is to just go straight forward and
Yeah,
see what you can do, right?
yeah. I'm either thinking he's going to do that or he's going to be just very patient. One of
Yeah.
the two. I think he's going to come out just swarming or be very patient. One of the two.
And the last
But we'll
fight,
find
it
out.
was yeah, was it the last fight where like you wore white shorts, but by the end of the fight they were like red?
That was the last one. Luckily, it wasn't my blood though, so
Yeah,
we're good.
yeah,
Luckily, it
yeah.
wasn't mine.
Was it his nose or did he get cut? I forgot.
I think he had. I think it was a little both. I know he had like a little cut on his lip, but I think it was
Mhm.
mostly from his nose.
Yeah,
Yeah, that jab was landing nicely the
yeah,
whole fight.
yeah.
And
That
then
thing was leaking
yeah, it
bad.
was a lot. Yeah, especially when we got in like the clinch, and then it just started dripping all over my back. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was nasty. And then
yeah,
they didn't have a
definitely.
shower at the venue, so I had to fucking you know wear his blood all night until I got home to shower. Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah, definitely. For this fight coming up, like who's been in the gym helping you out preparing for this title fight, man? 5 rounds, it's a little extra, but you did prepare for 5 rounds the last camp, so I don't think it's much of a deal now.
Yeah, I mean, it's same people,
Mhm.
my two coaches and everybody that we got training up at Macomb Martial Arts. We got a lot of guys, we constantly keep getting new guys that are, surprisingly like really good as soon as they come in. It's crazy how good people be getting just watching UFC, watching MMA nowadays. But
Mhm.
yeah, the training is just basically the same, just doing more rounds. I mean, just keep pushing the pace, keep doing the extra cardio, and yeah, just pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, and working on your striking, like who's the coach that usually kind of focuses with you on your striking and utilizing that in the fight and getting better at it as you go?
Our well, the two coaches are their brothers, Corey and Connor Cuppy.
Mhm.
They're both world champion karate fighters, point fighters. So those are the two guys that they run the show, they run the gym, and then they show us the karate type style of fighting in and out, trying not to get hit, hitting first and stuff like that. And I mean, it's paying off. Like I said, I mean, hit one time in my last fight, fought for 15 minutes. So I mean, something's going good.
Yeah, it's incredible to see that because especially with your background with the wrestling and the grappling, and it almost kind of reminds me of Henry Cejudo. Like how he has that
Mhm.
wrestling background, but he kind of adapted that karate stance style. Like you see it, right? Do you feel like you're
Yeah,
evolving
definitely.
into kind of like that?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely watch a lot of him. Yeah, I mean, because yeah, similar backgrounds. Obviously, he was Olympic gold medalist. That's a little that's a bit different. But yeah, definitely kind of try to mimic a lot of stuff that he does, and just like all those karate guys. Because if you watch like a high level karate guy, they always do good in the striking aspect. Whether
Yeah,
I mean, depending on obviously if they have the ground or not, but
yeah.
when it comes to just straight striking, I mean, they're always usually piecing their opponent up. So it's definitely a good style for MMA.
What do you expect in this fight? Like, how do you want to perform in this one?
Hopefully I can perform like I have my last 13, get the win. I mean, I want to, this guy's doing a lot of talking here in Michigan. He's, posting a lot, talking a lot, messaging my coaches and stuff like that, saying a whole bunch of stuff. So, you know, I'm looking to, put a violent, beating on him. And, if it goes 25, hey, let's do it.
And you know, there's a lot of fighters that are hopping on the contenders with similar records as you. You know what I mean? And is it get frustrating or for you to see that and think like, man, I should be getting an opportunity as well? Because I figured that you would be part of that or eventually part of that, right?
Yeah, I was definitely hoping. We were, definitely hoping to get on the contenders this year, especially with, me being 8-0. I'm
Mhm.
seeing, yeah, guys who are 7-0, 7-1, 8-1, 8-2 getting on there. But I mean, everything will happen at the right time. I'm not gonna, I can't worry about that. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't call up, Dana and be like, hey, why are they on it? Like, I just got to keep winning fights, and eventually I will get my call, and I'll be ready.
Well, you could message Dana like your opponent's been messaging your coaches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Dana will see it, so it won't even make a difference.
True, true, true. Well, man, you're
Yeah,
back in action August 23rd. Motor City Cage Fights 18 lightweight title. Tyler, man, all the best in the fight, and hopefully, we do see you get better opportunities after, getting a title fight, win.
yep, yep. Thank you, I appreciate it.